Hey everyone, my name's Kyle Luttrell with IONIC Chassis. A couple years ago, we made a video very similar to this, showing you what all the options are, what you're getting when you buy an IONIC chassis. It was a big hit. We've had a lot of people ask, do another video, show us what's new. So this is that video. We're still CNC bending every chassis, TIG welding every chassis, CNC coping everything. Like our standards are still as high as they've ever been. We've just went a little further and made it a little more user-friendly for everybody. So what you're looking at right now, this is a 2019 IONIC Edge chassis. This chassis has several upgrades on it. If you were to buy this chassis the way it is right now, it's $3,450. The base price starts off at $2,400. This chassis has an upgraded 40mm axle assembly, the upgraded bearing cassettes, the upgraded bodywork. You don't have to order that stuff when you buy a chassis, but you're gonna need it eventually. So basically what we want to do is kind of show you what's changed over the years. The design is still basically the same. We've tweaked some bends here and there. We've added some bars, but overall the design's the same. Over the years we've tried to make it so that if we come out with a new design, you're able to take your chassis that you have now, buy the new frame, and just swap everything over. We want to make it as most affordable to you as possible. Like I was telling you, this chassis here, it has the upgraded 40mm axle assembly. So it has our new hubs on it. They have double bolts. These are the short hubs, so they allow the car to be freer. And they really pinch tight, so they keep the hub from sliding. If they're installed correctly, you really don't even need to use an axle collar. This chassis also has the adjustable bearing cassettes. What's nice about these adjustable bearing cassettes is it's got 4 bolts. So literally you just come in here, you loosen these 4 bolts up, and you can adjust your ride height. What's nice about that is you can adjust your rate from 0.1 to 0.2 degrees. You can adjust your cross from 49 to 49.5 in just a matter of seconds. You're not messing with the washers. It's really, really fast. So when we do anything with the chassis, what we're looking to do is make everything as easy on the driver as possible, or the dad, or whoever's tuning the go-kart, really. I don't want you not to make an axle change because you don't have enough time. So that's another really nice feature with these bearing cassettes. It's got 4 bolts on the top. Literally, you just put your Allen wrench in there, loosen them up. So I did loosen these up already. You pop these bad boys off. And literally, you pull your whole axle assembly out in a matter of seconds, and you can do your complete axle swap. These same cassettes work with your 1 1/4" axle, your 30mm axle, your 50mm axle, and your 40mm. The difference is the sleeve. The sleeve will fit over your bearing that you're using. So once you put your sleeve on there, your whole axle assembly is ready to go. I mean, it is literally that simple. We're still using our motor mount design. If you didn't know the history behind the motor mount design, we wanted to make the chassis react the same for a left versus a right-hand turn. To do that, we needed to eliminate that motor mount rail. Well, while doing that, we designed this motor mount. I mean, it was kind of an accident, but at the same time, it's one of our best features. Literally, you mount your motor on this plate and you never have to take it off. If you want to take the motor off, it's 2 bolts versus the traditional 4 Allen head bolts that have dirt, grease, and grime underneath it that nobody ever wants to mess with. So let's say we're working on the cart and we need to make a gear change. You got your 9/16 wrench. You just loosen this bolt up, you loosen that bolt up, and you can move your motor as much as you want. I mean, there is not a better design than this out there. It's that easy. The next thing that we changed is we had a aluminum block that you would mount the bottom of your seat to. We eliminated that aluminum block because it was more moving parts. The more moving parts you have, the bigger chance of a failure. We don't need any failures, and we don't need the extra weight. So we made these plates, and they weld onto the frame. They're fixed in place. They have multiple holes, so you can still adjust your seat left to right. The amount of spacers you have on the bottom, you can adjust your seat forward and back still. You still have the same amount of adjustability. It's just stronger, has less weight, and To be honest, it's just cheaper too. I mean, I hate to tell you that, but it is. So every chassis on the standard option comes with a steering lock. Steering lock is very important because whenever you're adjusting tow, you don't want to have to fight the steering wheel going left or right. So all you do is you put your steering lock pin in, and it locks the steering lock in place, and it's not going anywhere. You know, is it necessary? No, but it's going to make your job easier, and that's what's most important. Our spindles and our caster camber is the same. The only option different now is before we had a 3/4 to 5/8 step or 5/8. Now we have 3/4 to 5/8, 5/8, 17 millimeter or 25 millimeter. This chassis has the 5/8. You can see it still comes off just as easy. And then all our hubs have the Ionic Edge logo engraved in them, are laser etched. You know, everything's really clean. We like to keep everything nice and neat. The bearings spin really good. These are our standard bearings. If you want to upgrade to ceramic bearings, by all means you can. The caster camber adjustments are still real simple. You just loosen up this 3/4 inch and this 1/2 inch, and you can adjust the caster block forward or backwards. You know, if you want to take caster out, rotate it forward. If you want to put caster in it, take it back. If you want to adjust your camber, it's still 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch, and you can adjust it all day long. Still have the same pedal design. We have 2 locations, so that if you want to move them closer to you, you just simply take the pin out, move it back, you're good to go. The steering, we still have a chromoly 1/2 inch steering heim. This heim is adjustable, so if you were to raise or lower your steering shaft here, you're able to adjust this and still maintain the same angle you want. The reason that's important is because if this angle is changed, it changes your steering geometry. We'll have a video on steering geometry another day, but that's the big things that's different. The chassis itself is the same. The material is a little different now. We're still CNC bending them, we're still TIG welding them, we're still powder coating them. We're just trying to make it easier and less work for you. Our goal at the end of the day is we want to have the biggest window so that when you get on the track, you're within a couple tenths the first time on the track. We don't want you having to chase the go-kart. But this is what we got, and if you got any questions, let me know. We're going to upload a video on the website to show you how to place an order online. But still, if you need to call me at any time. I don't mind. But that's all we got. Thank you.